As a matter of fact, let me turn it off. So, because I don't want you to be distracted or distracted, because on this video, I want to talk about the business of cannabis kung fu, but actually the whole of the systems that I'm about to be teaching. I have one channel where I'm going to be talking about cannabis kung fu, and that has its own channel because there's so many different things going on with it. But the main channel is going to be the art of, there's a dash in between, networking, or T.A.O Net for short. And excuse me, that is going to be part of the business of our house or temple here. So T.A.O Net will be a membership club where people will gather who want to learn about the Tao. And on this channel, I have developed 4 systems besides the cannabis kung fu. So I have cannabis kung fu. I have, which actually is the first system I developed. I call it the art of life. And this is why I get using Tao as an acronym, because when I named the system the art of life, I didn't realize that the letters T.A.O spelled out the Tao. You know, I put it down one day. They were like, "Oh, this is it spells out the Tao. Cool." So now I do that. I try to do that with like everything that I'm teaching here. So part of the business that I'm talking about for people who want to learn this stuff. So there's 2 sides. You're going to be learning whatever it is that you take, the self-healing, art of life. Self-healing alchemy. I'll get into all that in a minute. Self-healing alchemy, the art of life. Cannabis kung fu. I have another one called Taonomics. And then the 4th one is called Yo Gong. So I'm making this video because, as far as business concerned, is, you know, I'm ready, because I know I've been saying it for quite a while now, but I'm ready to start promoting and putting this kung fu out there. So I have actually put my first ad in the newspaper. Where's it at? You know, this is like the biggest, or one of the biggest Afro-American newspapers in Los Angeles. And there's my ad. Yeah, see? So the timing couldn't have been greater, because this just came out. Today is Friday. The paper came out like Wednesday or Thursday. I just put in the ad like last week, so I was kind of surprised to see it already out. But anyway, the ad is looking for salespeople. So that brings me into what part of the business that I'm doing. So the main thing that I'm going to be pushing is those 4 systems that I just mentioned. Each one of those systems If you are interested in one of them, or somebody you know, say for instance, again the cannabis kung fu, you can get certified in all four of them, and all four of them takes about 4 months. Excuse me, takes about, because I keep putting this four of it, takes about 10 months to get certified. You understand? This is kung fu or Taoist yoga or whatever. It's not, something you just go learn a couple of months and you come back out and you start teaching other people. Oh, I got a degree, dude. No, it's gonna take 10 months, and you're gonna have to, like if you live in another state, especially, you're gonna have to send me videos showing that you know this stuff. There's a process to becoming certified under the temple, or in the temple, or with the temple, whatever, however you want to say it. So, as a business, like I said, besides learning either the martial arts or the self healing, alchemy, and even the Downomics, one side of Downomics talks about wealth building, but the other side talks about health. I'll get into that in a second. And the last one, Yo Gong, deals with connecting your internal meridians. You have 12 major meridians, and connecting them with the 12 zodiac signs. That's a whole nother subject. But the business overall, besides if you want to become a consultant instructor, now you can study this, whichever one, you can study it, and you don't have to get certified. You might want to just teach your family, or you might just want it for yourself. But I'm offering the 10-month certification, so you know right off the bat you can use this as a business. And I'm not putting it out there because I don't know nothing about business. When I talk about the wall video, I'm going to get into this side of the wall, which is my background and all that type of stuff. But besides learning how to teach and consultant instructor, besides learning those two things and getting certified in those things, the other side of the business is going to be dealing with mostly hemp. Now, there's a fifth thing that I want to teach, but that gets into being a minister of the temple, or even a priest of the temple, where you might want to open up your own temple in another place. So, the foundation is going to be these books here. It's one more. I showed it on the another video. But this is the foundation. We're going to learn, this is how to make, you know, CBD and hemp salves and lotions and all kinds of stuff. So that all the different products that can be made, or different products that can be mixed in with this one plant is incredible to me. So eventually, my goal is for us to get a hemp or cannabis farm. Let me just say, or reiterate, because I'll probably say it on every video, that when we say cannabis in this house, in this temple, we mean both the marijuana, as we pronounce it, the marijuana. Oh, that would be the left side here. The oh, I'm high, dude. That'll be this side, and the hemp, which can provide all different types. Just one plant can provide food, can provide materials. What do you call this? Textiles for clothes and carpets and all that type of stuff. Can provide blah blah blah, on and on and on. So I'm like, if we get into these things one at a time, as soon as you grow a field of hemp, you automatically got seeds, which I'm about to show you in a moment, and you automatically got buds, which you can make CBD, which is a very simple process to do. So CBD and hemp seed, I'm really interested in the hemp seed because the hemp seeds, the extracts and stuff, are about nutrition. The CBD oil is more geared towards anxiety and pain and different problems. It's nutritious also, but it's the hemp seed that is really nutritious. So, as part of the business side, we're going to be dealing with what I call hemp, helping empower melanated people. So, I'm getting ready to put my table out, and one of the things here that I will be selling, and we can be selling as a group under the same banner. You know, like this here I say temple because it's the Tao De Ching temple of infinite harmony. I'll get it. I think I got into all that in the last video. But these are hemp seeds. See, it says it right there, hemp seeds. They call this a super food because it has all the omegas, all of this, all of that. And you can put it in just about everything that you eat, salads, or, if you ain't got no teeth like me, I just put it in my smoothies, and it breaks the seed down, da 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 da. It's incredible. Look it up. Look it up. If you don't know about hemp yet, look it up. Because I'm going to be offering a way for us as a group to make cash money in this business. Now, the other thing which deals with nutrition is doing it in capsules. So, see, you can just take a capsule and you got your hemp seed oil for the day. You understand? This is nutrition, like good, strong nutrition. Because I'm getting vegetables and stuff, and you think you like, oh man, I'm getting me some good peppers and all that stuff. And I'm like eating this stuff. I cook it enough where I can chew it. But the outside of the pepper is like plastic. Like, this is not what I grew up with. You think you're eating healthy, you're eating plastic. We got to get back into superfoods. I'm focusing on superfoods, starting with the hemp seed oil. So we can get into capsules. Now, I'm making everything by hand right now, so you understand. That's going to be up to you. Now, here I have a mixture of hemp seed oil and olive oil. Now, it's just a roll-on thing. I don't know how I'm going to see how it sells. But the hemp seed with the olive oil is really for like dry, like spots. Like the roll-on is for like spots. Like if you have dry elbows and knees, or you got wart somewhere, or stuff like that. You put this on in a spot. And then we have hemp seed oil and coconut oil. Now, this is for your hair, your face, and your skin in general. You understand? The hemp seed oil do what it do, and coconut oil do what it do, and together they're gonna do you. Okay, I'm not gonna go there. But anyway, speaking of coconut oil, that is like the next big thing, next to the hemp seed oil, that as a business I want to get into. So all the products that I just showed you, people who study with us or with me, we'll make all these things available where you can be a distributor of our hemp seed products. And I'm going to show you a couple of more things. Just to step away from the hemp seed, I showed you the hemp seed and coconut oil. I made this right here. And yes, I'm pretty sterile guy. But to step away from, kind of away from that for a minute, the Holy Chalice Man, we will be making, and I will show my students how to make the Holy Chalice Man. Now, why am I? I'm that one of the reasons that we want to get into the coconut is because this one product, this chalice, I made it into a, what y'all might call a bong. You know, emptied it out and put some holes in it. Da 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 da. Well, actually, this was made for me. I didn't make it, but this will be one of the things that's going to be part of the business. People will learn how to, or students will learn how to make this as part of our business because this is cannabis kung fu. Duh. So we have to have something unique to smoke out of. So I'm gonna get into this in particular by itself on another video. But just this one thing right here, okay, as soon as I put a hole in it, I take out the coconut water, one product. And then you can make coconut milk, two products. And then you have the meat, the coconut itself, what do you call that, edibles. So three products. And then the outside of the coconut, they shave off so you can grow. It's part of growing stuff. What's that? Four products. And the chalice or bong itself is five products from this one thing. Five products. And combining it, like the coconut oil and the hemp seed oil, or coconut oil and CBD oil is two different things. Wow. In this video, I'm trying to get across that this is not just come learn my kung fu for 20 years, and if you're good enough, maybe in 20 years you can open up a school. No. From Jump Street, you may join to become certified under, I'm going to show you my certificate in a later video, under our temple, and be a certified consultant instructor. Now, as they say, the pièce de résistance. Bam! I wasn't supposed to show you that side. Because, well, you can see what this bottle was. It was a bottle holding other stuff. But I made it into the bottle of the elixir of immortality. Now, on another video that I made to kind of introduce the Ma Gu Gong Fu Yoga, I talked about that in this side of the temple, we're talking about, even though we're going to get into the smoking and stuff, but we're mostly dealing with the elixir of immortality. Now, I know you'd be like, does that stuff really exist? Well, as you can see, this is something else I made here. And I've been making it for quite a while. So I'm like, now, don't look at my teeth because that's the Marine Corps poisoning me. And I'm going to say that every chance I get. The motherfuckers poisoned me and won't give me a dime. But because of my elixir and doing Tai Chi and all that, it didn't affect me. Believe me, a lot of people that was in the same place I was stationed in, Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, died years ago. They just paying people back. And they only paying people back to get cancer. But I'm getting off the subject. No, I'm not. Actually, because those people who drank the water that I drank, who bathed in the water that I bathed in, who cooked with the water that I cooked in, are dead. Or they like, they fucked up. They fucked up. I don't, I'm on the, I hate to say the word believe because I kind of know. That's why I call myself Proof B. Even though I got all this and some of my bones was just, but the bone stuff is gone. You understand? Why? If I wasn't doing anything, I would probably be dead too, or at least all, again, all, because I had problems that I don't have now. I'm older and don't have the problems that I had when I was a young man, 20 years old. And I believe this is one of the things. Now, this is hemp seed oil combined with Chinese tonic herbs. So the Chinese tonic herbs is a formula. I have different herbs in here that I mixed with the hemp seed. Now, actually, the elixir has one more ingredient. The hemp seeds that I showed you at first. You can take this, put it some in a blender, put a spoon of hemp seeds, mix it up, and it gets like this milky. So now the hemp seeds is nutrition. The tonic herbs is for like energy and blood flow and all that type of stuff. And again, the hemp seed oil in this is also for nutrition. But because of the oil, it gets into different organs and stuff faster, actually, than the seeds, which has to go through the digestive system, etc. So, as I said, I have four different systems that I've developed. Now, I didn't make up some new stuff. Everything is based on the Tao. Little by little, I'm going to get into my books over here, and I'm going to get into each of the systems on the channel that I talked about, the art of networking, or Tao Net. But this one I'm going to put on both channels, the Cannabis Kung Fu and the Tao Net. Now, the first system, I can't get past. Anyway, the first system, the art of life. See again, the T, art, A, of, O, life. Now that system, again, I didn't like make it up. I studied with Dr. Stephen T. Chang. Now his, this guy, he got like 4 law degrees, maybe more, a couple of doctor's degrees. His great grand somebody was the last emperor's physician. He got credentials. So I went to his school when I was still living in New York. And he was the first one, maybe Mantak but he was the first one I studied like that showed you all eight parts of the Tao alchemy. So that's why I call this system self-healing alchemy, because first you have to heal your physical body. Now here in the West, that's where people stop. It's like they get to healing, they, go through whatever they're going to do to heal their physical body of whatever, and then it's like, okay, well, I'm healed and just maintain that. No, in the Tao, our practices, first you heal the body, and then you keep rising to the point of what they call immortality. That's the alchemy. Now, real alchemy, not talking about eating all these crazy chemicals and cinnabar and mercury and all that dumb poo poo. We talking about doing changes with the chemicals within yourself, not me. I do what I do, And here I am. I'm still here. You understand? I'm 68 next month on the 9th of November. Now, um, so he has these what he call the 8 pillars of the Tao. The first one is basically everything starts with the mind. So here's where I get different because in his book, which I'm going to talk about in another video when I talk about the books, in his book for the mental part, he talks about um, you know like the mental ideas of the government and big ideas of how politics is run and things like that. Now, in Taoist practices, they'll probably talk about in the first part for the mind meditation, and that's what I talk about from Jump Street. The first part that I'm going to be teaching in the art of life is meditation, and I'm not going to get into the what meditations. So the next part in his book is internal exercises. Now I would put breathing there, but we're going to deal with basic deep breathing in the first part in meditation because to meditate correctly, you need to know how to breathe correctly. So the next part, too, is internal exercises. So I'm not going to get into that. That's just doing like soft exercises with your breathing and moving and stretching. Not no jumping up and down and all that type of stuff. Totally different stuff. Healing for the body. 3 is what we call the 5 phase diet. Okay. Now that we hate to say the word diet because listen to the word die it. So the 5 phases of foods, not 5 elements. So when I get into this, I'll break that down because that's for everybody. People who want to gain weight, people who want to lose weight, people who want balance, which is what the cannabis is about. Getting into the endocannabinoid system, which is the system which balances all the systems of the body. Holy cow, man. So, what was that? Meditation, internal exercises, 5 phase diet. So, part of 5 phase diet is the herbalism, but it's also a separate thing because you can separate it. Think of foods, the diet, as building strong muscles 12 ways and all that type of stuff. Whereas the herbs, especially in Chinese herbalism, deal with the energies of a body, lifting energies or cooling down the energies, moving blood, different things of this nature. So it's part of nutrition because it comes from the plant kingdom, but it's a separate subject in our system. So now this is where I get into the hemp because for years I've been using Chinese tonic herbs, and you got to put these formulas together and this herb and that herb. But I believe that hemp and cannabis, all the different things that you can change it into, can take the place of a lot of these so-called Chinese herbs, which a lot I heard come from Africa. And one of the reasons for that is because, from my understanding, and well, here out here, they never really, the Chinatown down here always been like a little fake place. Now I do have my doctor, and I do, and her place is the place I've been going for my Chinese herbs and stuff. But from New York and other places, I've been hearing that they've been shutting down the Chinatowns all over the place. So my concern in that is that if you get into this type of stuff, we may not have access, at least direct access, because I just go downtown, get my herbs from my doctor, and I'm good. But it might just go to the internet because they're shutting down. Because I don't think Chinese herbs have ever been like legally recognized by the FDA and all those type of people, right? In America. And now that they having problems, America and China, they shutting Chinese stuff down. So we may lose access to a lot of those Chinese herbs, which would really be fucked up. It might go to the internet where you can order stuff on the internet, but you know how the internet is. You don't know what the hell you're getting really. But anyway, like I said, we can grow hemp here in America, and I believe that it can replace a lot of stuff that the Chinese herbs can do. I'm gonna get into stuff that's in the Chinese herbs that's like I don't know. I don't. We gonna have to we're gonna have to really study Western herbs to replace some of this stuff, like for pain and for bleeding and stuff like that. So what's next? So we done did meditation, internal exercises, 5 phase diet, herbs. The next thing is self massage. Within self massage, you will learn how to massage your acupressure points and even your muscles. So now, when you start doing these exercises and different meditations and stuff, energy is going to start moving through your body. So you do the massages of the different points in the body, so that because like the joints, for instance, these are these are points like the neck, the joints, etc., where the nerves are what they call bundled together. Your solar plexus is a bundle of nerves. You understand? So we massage the points to kind of loosen those bundles a little bit and let the energy flow. So now we got acupressure. I don't teach acupuncture. That's deep. You got to know how to stick the needle in the right place and the so acupressure. You just press a point. It does the same god dag nabbit thing. So now we come to my favorite subject, even though they're going to call me a dirty old man. How do you get dirty just because you get older and your beard comes white? Well, it don't come white. See, I'm already dirty thinking. I'm going to be talking about the next subject, sexual kung fu. Now, in the Tao, there's a sexual kung fu for women. It's it's different exercises for women, and it's different exercises for men. And then there are exercises that you do together. Ooh, that's the fun part. Now, why I'm saying that is because when I first started studying this stuff, the only books that was out was like Mantak Chia again. And most of that stuff is geared towards just men. So they're teaching women the same practices that men do. But then later on, I found this book, The Sexual Teachings of the White Tigress, and that just opened up a whole new world of stuff. So we are going to talk about that because they, like I said, they have the women's practices, they have the men's practices, and then they have the practices of the two together. Great stuff. That's one of the reasons I'm still here. I still practice my sexual kung fu. Anyway, the next now um, at that point you've come to the highest level that you can reach physically. You're dealing with meditation and all that stuff, your mind. You're dealing with internal exercises, your body. You're dealing with your foods, the 5 elements. You're dealing with your herbs. You're dealing with moving the energy through your body. And now you're dealing with building energy through sexual kung fu and exchanging energy with your partner and all that type of stuff. So you have reached the highest plateau that you can reach internally. Now we start getting now we start getting into the external world. The first thing is terrestrial. Now the terrestrial studies is called Feng Shui, which means wind and water. I don't know how to make a water sound. But if you look at my hands, it's all about flow, wind and water. It's all about the flow of energy in your environment, whether it's your home, whether it's your office, or your life in general. Whether, like, I moved from New York to California, that is part of feng shui, where you move to. And then the last, the highest studies of the Tao. So in the first book, the Tao Te Ching, which I'm going to be doing, I think I'm going to do that on the beach, just go through the book, the Tao Te Ching. In that book, he says, the first thing he says, the first chapter says, the Tao. You got to talk like him. The Tao. I don't know if you talk like, anyway, the Tao put into words is not the real Tao. So, they didn't put it into words. After he said that, he made like 81 chapters trying to explain what the Tao is. But anyway, that's not a lot really compared to like the Bible, the Quran, and all these other books that's supposed to teach you something. And still people getting sick reading those books. Why are you sick? Anyway, the last thing, so that's 8. Meditation, diet, da 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 da. The 8th one is the I Ching, which my Kung Fu is based upon. Now, the I Ching that I use and study is from my spiritual teacher. When I talk about the other side room, when I do the ancient Kemetic or Egyptian stuff, he wrote the book. He wrote the books, like with a Z, books. Incredible stuff. I'm like, how did these people remember all this stuff? So he also wrote a book, The I Ching Praxis. So I use that as the I Ching, because there's the original I Ching, and then there's a Spanish I Ching I think I lent it to somebody. When you lend books to people, they never come back. And then I had an I Ching that deals, I have the which we're gonna deal with, the I Ching and our DNA. They show how the two combine, and I believe the Kung Fu form that I made will actually give you access to change um, um, ancient or old trauma within your DNA. I'm going to get deep. When I say cannabis Kung Fu and stuff like that, it's not like, how many videos can you make? Yo, dude, I'm high. And then the next video, yo, dude, I'm a little higher because I smoked a stuff that I just made. You know what I'm saying? There's videos about that already. I'm going to get deep because when you smoke the holy herb, I'm not going to church. When you smoke the holy herb, you just get deep. So I'm at 41 minutes. I think that's enough. I'm out. I'm going to get into more of this subject, obviously, on later videos. But right now, divine marijuana brings immortality. You just got to learn how to make the elixir and learn how to practice later.